I'm just really confused as to what I should read next, because I want to reread old books, the books that I have already read, books I am comfortable with, and books I just know that I love. But again, a TBR pile is glaring at me, telling me that instead I should actually read new books. So yeah, I am really confused between reading new books and rereading old books. Hi, I'm Rupal. How are you all? And today I thought that let's just have a candid conversation about rereading old stuff and reading new stuff. Like, this is basically my TBR for the whole year, I think, because I read really slow. So yeah, I think this is going to take like the whole year to finish. This is basically my TBR video, what I'm going to read in the year. Currently, I am rereading The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. As I have said in all of my videos, this is one of my absolute favorite books ever. I adore this book. This book is just so special to me. I also have a tattoo dedicated to it. So, rereading this is just a whole new experience, because I am, finding these new details that I did not understood when I first read the book. Rereading this book is just so enchanting right now. It's just beautiful. But the thing is, what should I read after I finish this book? Because this book is just so enchanting. It is fantasy, and I don't know if I should read something serious after this, or if I should just continue my rereading sprint. So should I read a new book, or should I continue reading an old book? That is my dilemma right now, and I just hope that this video helps me figure out what I should read next. First, let's talk about the new books I haven't read that I want to read in the next few months. The first book is Norwegian Wood by Murakami. I have actually read, I think, 100 pages, 118 pages, but then I stopped for no reason at all. I just stopped reading this, and I really want to start this book again, just with a fresh mind, and finish it and see what the hype about Murakami is all about. The next book is Lessons in Chemistry. I bought this book just because of the cover, because it is stunning, and also this blurb that I read on the back is also quite interesting. It is about this chemist or a scientist who is fired from her scientist job, and now she has her own cooking show where she teaches women how to make good food for their kids and their family. And basically through this TV show, she also liberates the women sitting around in their house who believe that their only job is being a housewife. That really interested me, that really intrigued me, and I really want to read this. The next book is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I really want to read this book. Like, I really want to, but I cannot, because as always it is quite intimidating. But at the same time, I also feel like I am missing out on something because I haven't read this book yet. Also, the reason why I bought this book was because I found these really beautiful quotes from Wuthering Heights on Pinterest and Tumblr, and I just, that just really gravitated my attention towards this book. This is a classic. Classics are supposed to intimidate you, I think. At least they intimidate me. So yeah, another book I hope to read in this year only, because I really want to know why people adore this toxic love story so much. Another book is A Certain Hunger. I had been waiting so long to read this book, and when the price dropped, I bought it. But ever since then, I haven't touched it. It is just, sitting on my Kindle, left alone. I actually started reading this, but the protagonist just went on a detailed explanation of what a certain type of alcohol is, or what bar she was sitting in, or something. I don't remember exactly, and it just really confused me, because I was expecting to read the autobiography of Hannibal Lecter, and instead I was getting this, really good information about some bar or some alcohol, and yeah, I just lost interest. The next book is These Violent Delights. It is a dark academia book about obsession. I really want to read a book that reminds me of The Secret History, because I just loved the dynamic between the characters in Secret History, and I just really want to read a book that is so similar to that book. And all the dark academia books that I have been reading are just way far off. So yeah, I'm hoping that this book turns out to be exactly or quite similar to The Secret History. These are the books that I want to reread, because that is all I want to do right now, reread books. The first book is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I don't exactly want to reread it, I just want to annotate it so that I can carry it with me everywhere I go. It is just so small that it fits in all your bags. So yeah, I just always want this copy to be with me, to be in my bag, so that whenever I want to read a comfortable book or a cozy book, I can just open this and start reading without worrying about annotations, because it already contains all my favorite annotations. Another book that I just want to annotate is The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I actually have already annotated this much. Half 100 pages or something is remaining, so yeah, I want to finish rereading this book fast. This book I actually already reread last year. I think it has been 3 to maybe 4 months since I finished rereading this, but I want to read this book again because my mind is just stuck on this book, and that is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I don't know what it is about this book, but I just constantly think about this. The characters, the setting, the Starless Sea, the harbor, all these things are just glued to my mind, and instead of thinking about some new books, I just keep returning to this. And even though I have already reread it, I just want to reread it again. I love this book. It's just a darling, and I want to reread it. The next book is also a book that I have already reread, but I want to read it again, and that is Bunny by Mona Awad. I think the second time I actually read it, I just really connected to it. I really connected to Samantha. I could understand what she was going through, and maybe that is why I find a friend in her, and I just want to read about her again so that I could relate to it once more. I could, just get lost into a book that I am maybe familiar with, although it is really twisted, but I just really want to be with Samantha again. I just really want to be in her mind. Yeah. Then I have Normal People by Sally Rooney. I have actually already read half of it, and I just want to read the next half so that I could annotate it completely, and this could stay annotated in my shelf. The next book is Harry Potter. Again, I have already read like half of this book, and I just want to read the next half so that I can annotate it. I don't know what it is about rereading old books, but I reach the middle point of the book and then I leave them and move on to the next book or another book or a new book, because suddenly I don't want to get lost in the comfortable, cozy atmosphere, and I want to get lost in an unfamiliar one. I don't know what it is about my brain right now, but it is just not letting me finish a book. Like, I reach the middle and then I forget about it and I move on to another book. But like, why can't I just finish this book first and then move on to another book? Like, no, that is not happening with me right now. The last book that I want to reread is Piranesi by Susanna Clark. I did not exactly understand what this book was about when I first read it, and I have since googled this book a lot, and I have read a lot of articles about what this book actually meant. Although I still do not understand it, I do want to reread it again and try to grasp what this book is trying to tell. It was a really cozy and comfortable book. It is a no plot just vibes kind of book, which is my favorite trope. So I don't know why I did not like this book, but I do feel like if I reread it, maybe there would be some details that jump out to me. I see a lot of people really relating to Piranesi and the world that he is stuck in, but I just don't see it, and I really want to see it. Like, I also want to be one of those persons who really relate to this book. So yeah, let's see, let's hope that this book turns out to be my favorite book as well. So these were the books that I want to read. This is my TBR for the whole year, and I hope I get to at least half of the books, at least the rereads, so that I can finally put them in my completed shelf. Otherwise they would just stay forgotten. It would just be really sad to see those books again and again and not read them. So yeah, I hope that I get to finish my rereads this year. I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.